Hello everyone, I hope you are fine and welcome to join my video because today we're gonna talk about the first letter from COP31 presidency, the Turkey and Australia. We're gonna spotlight to this letter and to know what Turkey and Australia preparing for us and how it is going to be, and uh, we will spotlight to this letter as observers and to see what they are preparing for. And as the first letter is coming with a big theme, and they are released the theme of the COP31 is COP of the future. So it is mean that this COP is will focus on the future, and we will focus on the next steps and next action that we are in need to have to defeat climate change and to solve the issues and to negotiate on the agenda that we didn't get any progress in the previous COP30 or COP29 or COP28, even COP27. There is a lot of topics we are pushing it to the next COP, to the next COP, to the next COP, but we said that this COP will focus on the root of the challenges to be able to have a better future that we are looking for. What the first layer sign signals, it is like has a 2 points, a political message and a coordination message, and we will see that there is a joint coordination between Turkey and Australia. This will be a unique COP. We didn't see like this joint collaboration since 2019-99. That is the only COP that organized by two countries, and now today we are seeing like this collaboration. This will show us that the conference of parties is coming to be a collaborative work, and it is showing to us that it is need a great work. So the letter frames COP31 as a COP of the future, focused on moving beyond broad promises toward practical implementation oriented outcomes. And we talked about the coordination message about Turkey leading by uh, the minister that is leading the Turkey team, and another team with Australia leads negotiation through Greece. So the Greece is leading the Australia team, Australia, as they are leading the negotiations, and the Turkey is responsible about the coordination and the logistic side, because the COP31 will be in Antalya, so the Antalya will be the venue, and Australia will lead the coordination and the negotiations. So the operating model for observers, the most important innovation is the shared leadership structure, as we talked before, between the two countries. Turkey will host delivery and action agenda. So Murad, as a leader or as a president, distinguished, and Turkey has moved early to structure the presidency, appoint coordinators, and organize the host site. And the negotiations leadership by Australia Minister for Climate Change and Energy, His Excellency Chris, is president of the negotiations for COP31. So there is two countries, and any part that they are any country responsible on a specific part to give us a whole coordinating between the two countries. So why the joint model matters now? Because now we're seeing it's the first joint model as we said before, but this will be like the unique one. Division of labor. The arrangement gives the host presidency space to focus on venue, political signaling, agenda shaping, and stockholder mobilization, and all will focus on its own responsibility. The word COP logic. COP now increasingly looks like a global tournament, multiple countries and institutions. So that will the cup now will be like the World Cup. So because someone is confused, because if someone is not following the climate change conference, will confuse between the uh, two events, but showing us that the joint work and the global trend of the conference is being like even it is holding annually. Just give it a big slides and showing us how climate change conference is important. Continuity, the continuity, the continuity, the continuity, the road to Antalya process complexity links COP30 and COP31 and says both presidencies will also coordinate with the subsidiary body chairs for the conference across the inevitable process. As I said before, it is a long-term goal, so we are following all the progress from COP to COP until to get our goal by reducing the greenhouse gases and achieving the net zero and just transition to net zero by 2030. So here is the roadmap about the preparation and the work that show us that Turkey and Australia have a good commitment to prepare the COP, and they are willing to give us a good COP with good outcomes. They started in January to February to March and until to meet there on ground on November. Here is the Turkish preparation signals. Early architecture, uh, choosing the leaders for all the teams, and from an observer perspectives, one of the strongest signs is that Turkey appears to be building the machinery early, a host web page, presidency communication, partnership modalities with Australia, and named focal leadership for delivery. They already named their leadership for all the teams. The clear responsibilities lines. Minister Murat described the Turkey-Australia partnership as a leadership approach that is clear about responsibilities and rooted in consultation, which is explicitity, exactly what a complicated CAP needs. Host readiness, assigned rules, and cross-scope continuity, as we said before. All this show us how it is good progress for the three principles in the letter: the dialogue and the consensus and action. A new COP ecosystem. This no longer looks like a one country event. Turkey hosts and convenience the conference architect. Australia leads negotiation management. The Pacific hosts the pre-COP dimension. so that for preparation cup Pacific will host the preparation cup. So we are seeing a new technique in uh, having all the parts together in the coordination. And as we meet in Brazil remains part of the continuity bridge from COP30 to the next COP, and even the role of the Unitary Secretariat, they are supports the coherence through the full process. Why the World Cup comparison works. Like a World Cup, the modern cup has one formal host but many coordinating actors behind the scenes. Success depends on venue management and all the logistics and joint collaborations that helping them to develop that. The preparation scoreboard, so host readiness, joint coordination, process clarity, observer confidences, all this three points showing as the core principles, leadership pulse, shared goal. So as observers reading the first letter just showing us that why this is good progress. We see that it is good because as observers we can read the first letter and the surrounding institutional managing as evidence for serious uh, early preparation. The host site appears organized, rules are clearer than usual, and the handover from recent COP is being treated as a live process rather than a ceremonial receipt. What still matters next? Good preparation does not guarantee substantive outcome, so it is need a good commitment to have all the agenda on the table and to have a good progress in achieving all the goals that we are willing to see. So from this, we are looking for to see this joint leadership for COP31, and we're wishing to have a success COP, and we are willing to have a good commitment from all the parties to show us that we are responsible and we are in charge to solve all the issues related with climate change and all the agenda from the climate finance, loss and damage and adaptation, climate finance, all the agenda we are looking to see a progress on that, and we are have a good uh, and we are looking to see that in the next cap. So thank you so much for watching this video, and we will keep giving you a brief and giving you a spotlight about any update related to this cap until to have a good COP. So thank you so much, and looking forward to meet you in another video. Thank you.